Busch. Round of applause for him.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good to see you. Sorry, we were out checking out the cars in the Hall of Fame. We're just goofing off real quick.
Yeah, blame it on me. We had talked about it actually even before the race at Daytona, and James Finch and Phoenix Racing was kind enough to loan us the car that Kurt drove at Daytona and finished fourth, and we had talked about it, but he hadn't had a chance to see it. So you might see it on his Twitter account if you don't follow him, at Kurt Busch.
Yeah, we're going to send that out afterwards. The Armed Forces Foundation helped make that car a reality. My girlfriend is the president and executive director, and we did that car, the City Chevrolet car, to promote awareness for her foundation, which circles around PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, and a lot of our wounded veterans and military members struggle with some of the the invisible wounds that they have to go through and that they receive, the hardship that goes along with being a military veteran. And so with movies and Hollywood theme and that Days of Thunder, and earlier we did that Me car, the Talladega Nights car, and then to create awareness just for her foundation, you wouldn't believe the amount of military members that have sent referrals and requests for friends of theirs, colleagues or even brothers that they've served with, that they see problems with and they want to help them get some help. So it's neat on how the car can create awareness for the foundation as well as save people's lives. So that's what that reasoning is, and I'm glad the car's here at the Hall of Fame.
How'd the connection come up with City Chevrolet? Because I know when I was down there for the race, I got a text from our exhibits manager. Is Kevin in here? Is that him in the back? Kevin Schleifer, our exhibits manager, said, how about going shopping and seeing what they're going to do with that car? That was even before the race. I talked to Steve Bartgall, and he said, well, if it all comes back in one piece, I'll talk to James, because they weren't going to use it until February, so they were kind enough to loan it to us. So how did the deal come about with City Chevrolet and that connection?
Well, it's with the movie, of course, and the way that, I thought that the City Chevrolet car exemplified in the movie Days of Thunder what it was to be a startup and to build up from the ground up and to give a chance to a young guy. In the military world, there's guys that need help, and there's guys that you want to put your arm around and build them up and put them on a level that will help them find a job again and get back into the regular civilian life. And so that car, it symbolized a lot in the movie on what it took to reach a level to win. And then when they won, they put those hats on them in victory lane. Try these hats on for size, and they turned into the Purolator car after that. The Purolator car to me wasn't what it meant around the Armed Forces Foundation and their mission. And as well as what we did with the Talladega Nights car. When Ricky Bobby, after he caught on fire and went through rehab with the Cougar in the back seat and learned how to drive again, that's why we did that car. There's a story behind the reasoning for doing that and trying to create awareness for the foundation.
Talking about startup, Furniture Row is anything but a startup, but they had not had the success. Ask you a similar question, but from a different perspective that we talked to Matt about. We were sitting here in Daytona and said, when we get to the chase and through the first race, not only are you going to be in the chase, you're going to be sixth in points, something like 14 top 10s, 9 top 5s. What would you have said?
It's hard to know. Last year we ran 6 races together, and half the races were top 10s. All right, so quick math, for 26 races in a regular season this year, half of that's 13 top 10s. How many top 10s did we have when we went into the chase?
13.
We had the numbers. The numbers added up. So we had a simple game plan, and then now that you're in the chase, why stop? Why change anything? Why not keep going? We're in uncharted territory for a single car team. Okay, we're not satisfied though. Let's just keep going. And you have to keep rolling with what you've done as business as usual and what's gotten you to this point, and that's just fast cars. I mean, the team has built some fast cars. And New Hampshire, that's where we're headed this week. The agenda is to go there to do well. We led a lot of laps in that first race. We were just a little slow on short run speed. On some of the restarts, we'd slip slide around and lose a couple spots. So this time around, we got to work on that. And if we can do that, we might have a shot at winning this thing. And if we win, then that helps our chances in this chase. But it's a long 10 weeks. You can lose them in 1 week, but you can't win it in 1 week.
I'll be thinking about your questions. I've got one more for Kurt, and love to have questions from you guys. When you look at the next 9 races, you've been fast pretty much everywhere. I don't recall any so-called weaknesses, but when you look at the next 9 races, any 1 or 2 races or tracks you're more concerned about, and any 1 or 2 that you're looking at and say, okay, that's the one I think we get over the hump and get in victory lane.
Well, I got to think that we can get over the hump and win this weekend. If I didn't think that, then that wouldn't be the right mentality. We have 1 test that we've saved for the chase, and we're going to use that at a track that we're not so looking forward to, and that's Martinsville. That's been my toughest track over the years, and I swear that when you sign up and you put your name on the list to go race that race, it says you're going to finish 6th. And it's because there's a lot of Hendrick cars that go there, and they're fast, and they signed in first. And that's who you have to go there to beat, and that's what we have to try to do this time around. And so we're going to go there with a full 2-day test, full-blown, and give it our best shot.
Questions for
Yes,
Kurt? Yeah.
we have one from, I think, a future analyst, Alex, 7 years old. What's your question?
Since it's probably, I'm not sure, your first time in the chase as well, how does it feel like if you win or if you're going to lose? I mean, like, is it hard for you to start winning, like, at a track you really hate, like you said, Martinsville?
That's a good question. And the way that you have to approach things if you're in a new situation or you're